Hey everybody, welcome to another video. So I've talked in a couple of videos about building your ideal life and kind of mapping that out for yourself, but I wanted to get into some detail on the money side. So I just did a video about shifting your beliefs and I specifically focused on money in that one. Now you can do that for any area, but today we're going to talk about really visualizing and getting really clear on what your ideal lifestyle will cost. So what does your dream life money look like in every area? And I literally want you to write this down, have a journal or a dedicated book or something hopefully you're using for these videos if you're following along or doing any personal development for yourself in that journal, or if you're tracking your own expenses and have a money kind of journal or calculator, and whether that's on your computer in a file folder or physically on paper. I actually have both and I use both. But you want to kind of go through and have it written down and do some research. So this is a fun activity, what your dream lifestyle will cost. So if you're not currently living in your dream house, take a look at what's available on the market. See what kind of price range you're looking at. And this is not a reality check activity where you're like, okay, what is in my bank account right now? What could I pre-qualify for? All of that, kind of calculating on those steps. This is like your absolute fantasy dream. What would be, but what's relevant for you too, what you would actually be really happy with waking up every day. And some people it's a 20,000 square foot house. Some people it's a 2,000 square foot house or smaller. So it's whatever makes you happy and would be your ideal, like absolute dream house location, and all of that. So look it up and write that down and see how much would it cost, what would the mortgage of that be, and then kind of write down literally the details, what the bills and maintenance for that type of house would be. What other things you would need to consider, like property taxes and land maintenance, if it has a pool, if you would want to build out an extension, all that kind of stuff. So literally do kind of an itemized list of what your dream lifestyle costs. So we've covered house. What about a vacation home or a cottage or a rental property or something like that? Again, do some research, add that in there. Where would you like that to be? What's the market value right now for that type of cottage or vacation home or whatever it is that you're looking at in addition to your main home dwelling? Your dream car or cars, look up what they are, what they cost. Where you're writing all this stuff down, and you can write it in a yearly format. You can write it as a total cost. I typically break it down yearly and then monthly. But yeah, you could do total cost analysis versus yearly versus monthly and kind of break it down that way. But you're literally writing it down. So it's very, very, very powerful physically writing these numbers down and physically being attentive to what those numbers mean for you. So car, dream vacation property or cottage, cars. Did I say car twice? Home, cottage, car. There we go. And then your fixed costs. So look at your fixed costs right now. Double or triple them, whatever you think that would be. So that means like your current electricity, utilities, water bill, any home maintenance you have, if you have laundry service or house cleaning service or anything like that, or if you want to add that in, look up what that costs. And insurance for your vehicles and your home and what other assets you have that you need insurance for. Those are kind of your fixed costs. Write those in. Your groceries. So whatever your current grocery is, it also is helpful to write down kind of your age or what kind of age you think you're going to be and what kind of your kid, if you have kids, how old they're going to be in this situation. Even if that's just 1 year away, if you can manifest it in that time frame, just write down their ages so you can have an idea of what those kind of costs will look like. So you want to put in your grocery bill, your gas bill, parties, like gifts and parties that you want to have, if you want to host big parties or not, depending on what kind of lifestyle speaks to you. If you want to go on vacations and trips, family vacations and trips, what does that look like? If you like to invest in yourself and and you want to buy unlimited books, what does that look like for you? If you want to invest in yourself and go on conferences or meditation retreats or yoga retreats or health and wellness retreats or anything that looks like for you, or just splurge in Vegas a couple times a year. So write all this stuff down, your dream vacations, family time. If you have kids, what are your kids' fixed costs versus their activities versus maybe you want to put them in private school, let's say, or you want to be able to put them on the travel hockey team, or you want them to pick up a new instrument or try new activities, whatever that is. Write those things down. Make sure that you like literally list them out, itemize them. So say what it is, what the total cost is, what the yearly cost would be, what the monthly cost would be. And still do some research and then kind of boil it down. What's next? You. So focus on you, your shopping habits. If you want to increase those, if you want to shop for others, what kind of gifts would you give your friends and family in this ideal lifestyle? You can also use the 3 domains as kind of your benchmark to go through this activity too. So health, physical health. Would you want to have a gym membership? Would you want to have a gym in your home? Would you want to hire a personal trainer? Would you want to hire multiple personal trainers and coaches for different activities, for Pilates and yoga and golf and swimming or different things? So look at that. So that's physical health. And also supplements and food and nutrition programs if you want to incorporate any of that. Mental. So I talked about books already and conferences and retreats. So that can be part of it. Spiritual. If you want to kind of hire a spiritual coach or a guide or go on an escape retreat to India, a retreat place there. I'm blanking on the name of I'm just picturing Eat, Pray, Love in my head and forgetting the establishment's name. But anyway, so think of that, spiritual. And then you kind of move on to financial. So your bank account, what you want your bank account to look like. You can even put that in there. And your investments, what kind of investments do you want to be making on a monthly basis? In your career, are you investing into personal and professional development for your career? And then your legacy part, if you're going to give back, how much you're going to give back to charity, if you're going to start your own organization, if you're going to have some sort of model or line item there for that. And then in love, we have relationships. So I talked about family, like vacations, if you want to go on family vacations, what that looks like, activities for your family, what that looks like. Parties, like gifts and parties for birthdays and holidays and all kinds of that, if that's your jam. And then friendships and social. So do you want to be able to spoil your friends and go out to dinner more often? What does that look like for you? What kind of timing fits into your ideal lifestyle that you're kind of thinking of? So again, kind of go through your head what a typical week or day would look like in this ideal lifestyle, and then itemize everything out about what it costs. So we did social, like again, gifts, food, friends, going out, lifestyle, trips with your friends, if that's what you want to do. And then for yourself, for fun. So I mentioned shopping, if you want to take yourself on any retreats or just stay in a hotel room for a couple of days because you need to decompress, then add that in there. So you don't have to kind of itemize every single section. You can group them into categories and then kind of list them out separately. But I want you to have fun with this activity. Fun, and then also kind of give yourself a check. A lot of people, when they think of what their ideal dream lifestyle would be, oh my gosh, it would cost millions of dollars. I'll never be able to achieve that. I can pretty much have a really close prediction that your dream lifestyle is likely going to fall into the realm of between $150,000, $200,000 and $400,000 a year. So when you think about that, that's less than $500,000 a year. So definitely less than millions of dollars a year. And this is like maxing out everything. So my personal ideal lifestyle is within that range. So, and I've completely maxed out everything to my own ability of what I can think of right now. Now, these can change and upgrade and be flexible and fluctuate over time. If you want to update it next year because you have accomplished some of the things on your list and you realize that you can upgrade some of them, do that. But I just want you to kind of be aware and have that kind of reality check of what you think is your kind of way beyond the realm of expectations for you ever in your entire life could actually be closer than you might think when you actually write it down and list it out and do some research on it. So I hope you guys have so much fun with this activity. I have done it many times and I always have fun when I do it. And let me know your thoughts below and if you have any questions. And I am so excited to see you next time.